This is the repair panel I made to go in the roof of my dad's C10. I'll show you in just a minute. I got the camera on tripods and no light, so. Well, it's been over a year since I made this panel. I've got a video showing making this panel. It's one of the first videos I shot, that and repairing the cowl, the rust repair on the cowl. Anyway, I've got a video on how I made this. I'm finally going to post. I never posted it. It's been over a year. So we're going to weld this in to, let me get the camera turned around, and also I've got just so you'll know, this gold color, you'll see it better with better light. This is weld through primer. I use the copper kind instead of the zinc base, the gray stuff. I have better luck with the copper base than I do the zinc as far as spitting and spluttering in my welds. So this is the inside flange where it's going to made up, where I'm going to be welding. This is the outside right here. So when I get the camera in the cab and some light, I'll show you. But anyway, we're going to be welding this in. It's going to be a pain in the butt too. I've been putting it off. One reason I haven't done it is inside a cab, upside down welding. You know, it's one of those places where it's not fun to weld, but it's got to be done. So we're finally getting to it. So hang on, Fred. Let's go take a ride. All right, I'm in the shadow, I know, but you can see up here, I think. And my damn head's in the way. So what we're doing, here's the hole, here's the piece I cut out, you know, over a year ago now. Piece I made to go back up in there. Obviously, it fits right there. It's a little out of shape, but I can tweak it to get it up in there. I haven't had this thing, like I said, I haven't messed with this thing in over a year. I did drill some Cleco holes, a couple of them under here and over there for lineup. So I'll be Clecoing it in first. And then I got these Eastwood stitch magnets. These are really good. I've never seen anybody else sell them other than the Eastwood. These are really good magnets. They're strong. I got these much smaller ones. They're not nearly as strong, but they're still good. I got these little smaller ones, they're like palm pieces for chest, off of Amazon. They're not near as strong, as I said, as the Eastwood ones, but they still work. You know, I use them quite a bit for stuff too. So I've got a combination of those different magnets that I'm going to use, and like I said, the Clecos. So let's just get started here and see what we can do. I guess you saw it. I guess I'll point it out. These are holes for plug welds. You know, that mimic the spot welds that were originally under there. I drilled all these out with spot weld cutters. That's back before I was filming anything, so I don't have that. I don't have that filmed or anything. Clecos are great for this kind of stuff. I mean, screws work too, but Clecos are really fast. You know, in and out, in and out. Whoops. Yeah, they're a real quick way to line stuff up when you're doing this kind of stuff, and you're fitting and getting things to line up and so on. Now, this one over here I can see. I almost said some bad words. I caught myself. Get in there. Alright. So that's done. And then of course I got vice grips to help clamp it down, pull it down. They've been sitting out in the cab for a while, they're kind of rusty, so those two need to be freed up. So we got a spot over here that wants to be proud for some reason. And here's where y'all can't, there's no way I get my fingers back up in here. Here's where you can put those magnets and use them to fit things. Alright, thought I had this thing fit really well, but I see now I gotta do some more tweaking. I didn't bring a pen. Not a perfect fit. Oh, I remember it fitting better than this, but I guess it didn't. But a little filler will fix it right up. This corner right here doesn't want to line up, and I thought I had that corner fitting good. This one fits good. I'm going to take it back off again every time or two, so. All right, I got to grind these edges down a little bit so they'll fit better. One thing I forgot to mention, when I cut this inner piece out, the sealer in the drip rail out here had failed, and water was getting under. That's why this seam down here rusted. So I've got the original piece somewhere, I think. I don't remember. If I can find it, I'll show it to you. Anyway, I cut all that out. I sandblasted up in here, all back up in here as far as I could. And I put Ospo on it, which is metal prep, and sprayed epoxy primer all back up in here. So if it looks black to you, it really is. It's got epoxy primer shot all the way back up in here. I got a few more pinholes. There's a pretty good one right here. Not huge, but there's a hole there. There's quite a number of holes in the bottom of the flange. And then the driver's side, which you can't really see from here, there's a good cluster of rusty holes, pinholes over there. So all these I can probably weld up, but doing it upside down is really not any fun. It's difficult. Also, I pre-drilled all the holes for the sun visor and the rear view mirror. I pre-drilled all those, so I made my original patch piece back in using the original holes. Well, these should be in the correct spot. already got everything ground down, cleaned up, so when I get the fit like I want it, I'm ready to weld. I just got to get the fitment where I want it. So that corner's ready to tack. That corner's ready to tack. So the first thing I'll do is tack the two corners. And then I'll probably squeeze the middle up and then go from there. Now again, we're welding upside down. I'm inside this cab. I'm going to do my best not to get burned, but I'm probably going to get burned some. That's just the reality of welding. You know, in a confined space, upside down, blah, blah, blah. So, if I had some leathers or something, I'd put them on, but I don't, so. Just going to do the best I can. So let me get going here and we'll see what we can do. Okay, not enough wire, not enough heat. I can reach my welder. Not enough wire and not enough heat. Let's see what we do now. A little more wire. Alright, we'll try that. A little tick more wire. Alright, that went from being really mad to really funny. And all the years I've been MIG welding, that's been a lot of years. I don't think I've ever swapped the heat and the wire speed dials in my brain, and I just did that. Oh, what a mess. So I fixed that. Got a good tack in over there now. I'm going to pull the clecos out. I'm still in a bad spot in here. Still going to get frustrated, but at least I fixed that. I figured that out. So clecos are out. The two corners are tacked now where I want them. I want to re-tack this now that I can do a better job. Yeah, very good. Very close to the no. There you go. There's also a corner right here. We can't see that away, so I'm going to look right there. I'm going to take it. I'm going to take it. I'm going to take it. Yeah, crank forward. I'll make it go on. Let me lick that with a grinder just to see what I got. I'm just taking that grinder. This is 36 grit just to kind of knock it down. I'll use 60 grit when I start finishing it down. Finishing it down. Damn. Alright, now let's clamp the middle and see what happens. Does want to pull in a little bit. We're tight again over there on that corner. I gotta grind that down. I can get the grinder up there still, luckily. Let me do that. Now we can kind of get in there and get it. Alright, this is not a perfect fit, like I said. And I'm going to hit a couple of these plug welds. What are you trying to do? Oh, you want to stay no. No, here. That's somebody. I'm going to go here. Oh, I can see it in there. Blah, 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 blah. Okay. We're going to go longer. Oh, damn, turn it off. Whatever, shit. I'm going down. I'm going through that. Get it in there. Well, I got to work this thing down a little bit. I've got a spoon. This is a thin spoon. You've seen the thick ones. Sometimes people call them slappers. I call them spoons. Spoon slap. This is more of a spoon than a slapper, but it does the same effect. But this is a thin one. I've got to bend this area in a little bit right here. So I'm gonna hammer on it. Thank you, magnet. So I may need this to help me get it back out of there. Just depends. I don't know yet. What I'm gonna have to do is kind of tack it in with it pushed in a little bit, and then pull the top back down, which it should work. It's not the best way to do it, but sometimes that's just the only choice you have. So that's what I'm going to be doing, is working down this edge right here first before I work on the top. Alright. So let's try to get a couple tacks on. Start working this edge up and get some tacks on it. By the way, the welds from the back side, these welds here that didn't penetrate or didn't weld up, what I'll do is drill from the outside where I have much better control of what I'm doing. I'll drill from the outside and weld some spot welds, some plug welds from the outside. So it will get welded up. So yeah. Alright, I got that far. I gotta move over. You seen me get it this far. I'm gonna cut the camera off. I'm gonna finish tacking down this side, and then I may cut the camera back. I'm gonna do that side. We'll see. Alright, while I'm sitting here, I'm gonna go ahead and weld this corner in down here. I know you can't see what I'm doing, but I got it. I ground it down. I got it fitting. I'm gonna put some more weld under it. Again, this is extremely hard to get to. It's hard to see. It's hard to weld. So I'm just gonna do the best I can here. Not easy to do. I could have used some more heat for that, but it's what I got. That's what I got. Finish this flange out. And all that's got to be ground down. Now here I'm backwards. I'm welding backwards, but I can see it once I get a weld bead on it, I can see. So I turned around and welded it from this side. Either way you do it, it's not easy. Alright, I'm going to attempt to weld up a few of these rust pinholes to see if I can even weld these up. I mean, I know I can, but it's upside down. Now this one right here is not upside down. But all these up under here, there's quite a few of them. That upside down welding is a pain in the butt, and grinding, it is not easy. I'm going to go ahead and take my glasses off because I know I can't see with my glasses on. So, that's why I'm like I said, I'm nearsighted and I have to get up close to be able to see. But I can't find the sweet spot with them glasses on. I just do this. Make that leak right. Keep going out. Just upside down, so much more to do. So much more to use, so much more aggravating all the time done. And like the weld, I can't see. Get inside the weld, I can't weld, legs left. That makes it difficult. Extremely. Now I can grab it. I'll grab it. And then I'm going to do it by zone. Connect on the right side, which is so much easier. Couple more out there. It's not like that. I don't think the muscle. Because I have to do weld, I can't weld anymore. Just like this. And more weld, right on here. Let me see about these ones. That's a small one right here. Yep, yep. I got too much heat. I just want to put it down. My heat's too low. When I'm welding this, you know, that's the thing, this is not right. That's my couple holes. See, I noticed my nose sitting like that when I started about to go. He got that, so I'll know it. I'll get that just here. Not much nose in it. Really, that one's loaded up. Well, I'll put it again. I can't get it. I'm ready again. Oh boy. 16 down. It's no problem. It's upside down, I can't see. I'll have to go in the dark. I'm on the mouth load. I really can't do that now. I can't see it. The light has to be on the boat. Just hold that there. I'll take out my lens. All the dark lens, I'll set back on the light. I'm not changing it. Can't go all the way over here this morning. Oh boy. I'll back over here still. Let me see if I can do that. Here, I won't be able to see it. Ow. Oh, we got good. This is a deep follow we got weld up. Upside down. One nightmare. That's me, I can stop. That's one. These boys all the way up. I got all the way back in on. Go on this. I think I got that in. I'll do it like this. I do have it upside down. Yes, that's not that. I got a light bulb drop there. You won't get all you get. We're all good. And I can see it. Ow! Ah! Well, I'll turn myself off in there. Oh man, just off of that stuff here. I'm going to grab that camera and we'll go stop. I'm going to do this. I'm not going to be aggravated. That's quick. So I'm going to grab it and go like that. That's what I do. You know, it's all about getting it. Yeah. I'm not saying I can't do this. I'm going to end up in there. Now, let's see. So I've got a grind down in this corner in a right angle corner. You can't get grinding discs down in there. You know, the edge rolls up. The edge of the grinding disc is always the part you wear out first. So I take this is a Zis wheel, cutting wheel. These are 16th inch wheel, 16th inch thick wheels. I buy the thicker ones on purpose. So I use them as a grind down in channels and places I can't get a grinding disc into. I don't cut with these. I cut with the thin ones, like 30,000 stick or whatever they are. But these are good for grinding stuff like this. So I'm just going to stick this grinder down in here quick. And the air hose is half the time don't want to cooperate. And grind that out right here. Again, I can't see with my glasses on, so they got to go. If I can show you what we got here. There's that big hole. That didn't start out like that. That started out as a little pinhole. Where's my hand? Like that. And it just blew up in, I blew it all out. All the way across here, which I knew I was going to. I had the same deal here. I got that one welded up. You still see pinholes. There's also pinholes in this one right here. These are the small ones I was talking about that I should weld up. Alright, I got all these pinholes welded up. You're getting glare. That big old hole that was right there. These look like pinholes. They're actually shadows. They're basically pits in the weld. They're pinholes and pits. It's definitely not perfect under here by any means. I'm getting glare. If this was outside where I could get to it really well, I would. Hell, that's better there. So spots like these, yeah, that's a pinhole, and these are pinholes. They're not bad. The weld right here is really thick now. I had to weld this big old hole up under here and all through here and all down through here. Very, very much a pain in the butt to do. Very difficult, upside down, grinding it. But they're welded up. I filled them over here. There's one over here. Some all down through here with sprinkle pinholes. So I got them all welded up. The only thing, like I said, left is these few little pinholes right here. Now that I see them, I may come back and spot those in. But for the most part, I'm done with this. As I said before, I'll wipe this whole bottom flange right here with fiberglass, like kitty hair, the chopped up fiberglass, the fine stuff, just to put a coat of it, because it needs filler anyway, and that fiberglass is immune to water, whereas body filler is not. And water will get back in here, humidity, dampness, you know, it's going to get in there some. Hopefully not a lot, but the drip rail will seal it off, but it's still going to get moisture back up in there. And moisture will turn filler loose. Like I said, and fiberglass is not as immune to it. So I'll epoxy prime this when I epoxy prime the whole thing, and then I'll wipe filler fiberglass along this whole bottom flange here. But next we got to weld this patch in still. So anyway, these places that look like pinholes aren't really pinholes. I'll call them craters. They're places where the weld is deep, but there's a defect on the top. There's not a hole there. You can't push, you can't push a pin or a toothpick or anything through there. It's not a hole. It's just a crater. We'll call it a crater. And that's what all these dark spots you see here are. There's no holes left. One or two teeny tiny ones. Like that's a hole. That's a hole. But I'm not gonna weld those. When I do, it's gonna blow out. I'm gonna have to weld up all down in through here. One little pass of fiberglass will fill those right in. And like I say, these are not holes, little craters. We'll call them craters. All right, what I'm doing now, when I welded my inner panel in, I think I talked about how my spot weld holes weren't. I only drilled 1/4 inch holes. Normally I try to do 5/16 or 3/8. I welded this in and I didn't get very good welds, and it's my fault, and I'm not making excuses. I'm just saying what happened. I didn't have enough heat. The holes weren't big enough. I didn't get very good spot welds. So what I'm going to do, now that I've got it welded out here, I'm going to come in here and weld it from the outside. Now I can get good welds. I'll have good heat. Let's see, where'd that panel come over to? Right there. I'll have good heat. I'll have good penetration. All that stuff. So that's what I'm doing now. I'm going to drill out some holes. And I'm going to use my spot weld cutter to do it. It'll drill a nice hole. It won't, drill bit has a tapered bottom, it'll drill through. The spot wheel hole just drill the top out and stop, which is exactly what I want. The first thing I'm going to do is drill some 1/8" pilot holes. That's how I do my spot welds. Some 1/8" pilot holes first for that bit to run in. So all I need to do is just put a little pilot hole there. The spot weld bit, you know, has a little point, or this nut has a little drill bit that'll go in there. That the hole I'm drilling, the dimple, will center that hole. They tell you don't have to do that, but I always do it because I always find that I have to do it or it won't work right. It walks and runs, and that's very annoying. This way it can't do that, at least it shouldn't do it. So that should be good enough. If they still want to walk around and move. And this spot weld cutter drills a 3/8 hole. Which is what most of them drill. You can get them in different sizes. This one's a 3/8. This would be a good size for that weld. Man, I'm down in the hole. It'd be nice to get up a little higher and have a little more leverage without falling and busting my butt. Unless I hit a hole, a spot where I've already welded, that should drill through. This is not the easiest thing to do. Well, I'm about to drill all the way through it this way. I don't want to do that. Okay, that pretty much drilled that one. It's just a matter of doing the rest of them. That got that one, I think. Alright, there's that one popped out. Felt that one pop. Most of the time you hear these things pop or feel them pop loose. Oh. I got that one. Alright, I got those drilled. I'm going to clean them up with the grinder, get the paint off. Alright, I will take a vice grip and clamp them up, cinch them up tight. Certainly won't hurt. I'll get the camera over here, but you know what I'm doing, right? You can see. It's so hard to move the camera from where I'm standing, so I think you're. Oh well, screw it. I hope you can see. All right, here we go. That is mucho bettero. Alright, so I'm just gonna get started. Get a whole lot there. Not hit on the hole. You just plug it. They'll take right not neat. We just got a little bit of slide. I got almost the paint on here. There's a little paint on here. That's almost that starting. I'm not getting too long last week. It's going alright. So that's done. Alright, I'm not going to show grinding that. That's just a flat grinding, nothing fancy. I may have to get up in the corner a little bit with my die grinder. If I get a spot where I probably need to, and I probably will, but you see me do that too. Alright, so that's it for this video. I'm probably making too long of videos and too much detail. It's just how I do it. Everybody else is making these short little, highlight like videos, and if I'm going to do this, I'm going to do it the way I want to do it, and I want to kind of show stuff in detail. So anyway, thanks for being here. I hope you like what you're seeing. I hope you're enjoying what I'm doing, and maybe you're learning something. Like I said, I'm doing stuff in more detail than a lot of guys are doing, so I mean that's kind of what I'm doing. I'm a detailed person anyway, so that just kind of fits my nature. Anyway, thanks for being here. I hope you enjoyed it. Hope you're learning something, all that good stuff. My mind's just whoop. Anyway, thanks for being here. I appreciate it. And I will catch you on the flip side. Y'all come back now, you hear? Whoop-de-doo.